next question on the board says, Shalom Aleichem Todavah. Thank you for the Shiur. Question. It takes 6 years to do complete Teshuvah, in the sense that once Yetzer, whatever the sin in question, could be nearly killed if a person is consistent with his Teshuvah for the whole 6-year period. Does this mean that one cannot say the words, I did Teshuvah, that's no longer me, until the 6-year period is over?
The truth, I don't know where the number 6 came from. It's not in Rambam Hilchas Teshuvah. At least I don't remember. Maybe it is there, but I don't remember. So if person did Teshuvah, so basically the Rambam says, and Rabbi Yonah in Shearing Teshuvah, he explains, because Rambam is halacha, so halacha, he's not obligated to explain like everything. He has to give you the bottom line. That's what we do. Right? Sometimes on the notes, they explain a little more, but Rambam said that how do you know that you achieved Teshuvah? And Rambam said it's actually from Talmud that HaShem would make a stamp, and say that if you in your in your peak of your activity, let's put it this way, right? If you're going to get together with that woman that you sinned long time ago, right? And you would be you get in the same city, right? In the same place, in this hotel room, whatever apartment, whatever thing, and and you're not going to be afraid to get caught, right? So there's no pressure, no external pressure, exactly as it was 2 years ago, a year ago, whenever the person sinned, and he would not sin, right? And Hashem has to stamp it. So meaning that's according to Rambam, a complete Teshuvah. So and Rabbi Yonah, right? He asked a very interesting question. So, but if person would never get to such a situation, so I mean, the Talmud gives only one example. There are many things that we did Teshuvah for. So it means that a person never going to be called Baal Teshuvah because he would never test it, and it's very interesting. So Rabbi Yonah said no, there is the other way. So how other way? In order not to be obligated to be tested in this specific circumstance, because as we understand, it's hypothetical, and it's specifically said before I continue. So before when he's on sales on the peak of his performance, like let's say he sinned with this lady, he was 25 years old, now he's 27, so it's good. So if he did Teshuvah, he's 78 and a half years old, and he no longer is interested in girls. Okay, I mean, is it Teshuvah? Is it genuine? It's because he's not interested, because he's physically not capable to sin. Does not mean that he's about Teshuvah, right? So if somebody did it like this, so how can you say that the person did Teshuvah? And Rabbi Yonah, so going back to Rabbi Yonah, so he explained, in this case, there is another solution. So if person would work on their Yirat Shamayim, meaning building up Yirat Shamayim every day, so on the same level that he would run away from any sin, that sin, this sin, doesn't matter. He would run away from the sin. So Hashem stamps today, if the test is going to come, he's going to run away. How do I know? Because he behaves like that. So if he knows that he's invited to this in this place, he said, I'm not going to come. I better to go to work. I called my supervisor. I'm coming out to work. You off? Yeah, I was supposed to be off, but my family have a gathering. I want to work on that day. So okay, yeah, good for us. Come. Understand? So it's make himself basically not available. So in this case, you show that you have Yiras Shamayim, Right, and Hashem stamps this person, even if he would be presented with the opportunity, he's not going to sin. So working on Yiras Shamayim is actually part of Teshuvah, part of Teshuvah process. That the person is not going to sin, right? So, I don't know like where the 6 years came from, right? If person is serious, he can go from 0 to I don't know to a lot in very short period of time. But so the sin would be like forbidden or forgiven, like after many sins will be forbidden if they not involve chorus, right? Three things, right? If they involve Hil Hashem, so right, it's not going to be forgiven right away. Even the Yom Kippur fast. If he did something that is a chorus, meaning his soul is going to be cut off, supposed to cut off, and or what is it? This death penalty from the like earthly court, or fourth, the death penalty from the heavenly court. Okay, so in these four situations, the sin is not completely forgiven, but with all other situations, it is after the person did Teshuvah, all of these 4 steps, and after Yom Kippur passed, that's it. So he's forgiven, but he's not Baal Teshuvah. So Baal Teshuvah only when we said when the person work on himself so much that Hashem is going to stamp, he's not he or she is not going to make a sin, right? So, and I think it's possible to achieve it's in a shorter period of time. Of course, it depends on the person, but I think it's possible.
Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
So, our friend, I don't know if our friend was referring to, because I heard Rabbi mentioned something about the issue of slavery, and he sort of linked this issue with the time that it takes for a person to beat his Yetzer completely, meaning that the same way a slave has to be released after 7 years, the same way if a person doesn't succumb or doesn't fall for the traps of his Yetzer for 7 years in a row or something like that, he gets like permission from heaven or something like that, that he's gonna have some sort of rest from his Yetzer because he kind of beat it. I don't know if this is like
I don't know, maybe some Kabbalistic idea or something, but I mean, just the way I look at it, just because time passed does not mean anything. So, maybe a person did not have the opportunity. The opportunity did not present himself, right? So then he's the past 6 years, and now the same girl comes to town, and guess what? Yeah, she called him, and after 6 years, right? It was 6 years and 7 days, and guess what? Right. So the time is good, but maybe Kabbalistically it means something. But if a person works on himself, that's it. That's Hashem has to stamp that because he sees what is in your heart. The person is God feeling said, you know what? I sinned in that area one time, and I'm going to come close. Right. So I'm going to change my phone numbers. I'm going to block all of my friends. I'm going to close my social media. This and that. I don't want to be close to all of these things. That's it. I'm going to change name if needed. Okay. So it means that a person is run away from sin. But just because time passed, but what is 14 years? What is the difference? Or 12 years? No difference.
Thank you very much, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
So our friend says, Torah, since we never know when Hashem stamps, does that mean we can never say we are a Baal Teshuvah?
I mean, Baal Teshuvah, like in a term, the way like not halakhically speaking, as we were just described, but as other people speak about Teshuvah, I mean the person who used to sin, and now he turned all the way around and 180 degrees and became a different person. That's Baal Teshuvah. Was he sinned forgiven or not? That's a different story. Those are two separate issues, right? But halachically speaking, so Baal Teshuvah, meaning that person is Baal is a master. Master means that the way I say it's going to go. That's the master, right? I say, no, I'm going to open the window. Nobody's going to stop me, right? In my room, I'm going to open the window. I'm Baal of my room, right? Right? I can do whatever I want, right? But in order to be like that, in a way of Teshuvah, so you have to be a God-fearing person. So I say no, right? How many people say no and then it's a Hara, push a little more and they say, okay, yes, maybe this one time, and that's it. How many people stop smoking and again they would go to smoking again? So I had this individual in my office, I don't know, he would make in fun of himself, I don't know, for what reason. And he would try to quit smoke. Maybe I know him maybe 7 times. He was serious and he was suffering. He would come to everybody and tell the story how he's suffering. I mean, a little too much. So I said to him, please, if you, so I told him, I think you're not serious. If you want to smoke, quit. He would quit. Period. You understand? But he would go back, and because people say one thing, but do another thing. Okay.
Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome.